to Selena. We decided to stay here next because we thought maybe we would meet some more people. Well, actually because they have a trip to San Blas and we wanted to take that. But we also wanted a few more people in the lobby to feel like there's more life because there was not really anybody in our last place. This is only a half block away and it also has a rooftop bar at the bottom for breakfast. We were playing pool a little bit ago, but we just booked our trip. I was doing some work, and now happy hour's going on, and we're deciding if we want to stay here or go somewhere else. We've just finished our wine bar. Very, very, very small plates, and we're gonna go get a pizza. There's really not that many people out at night. They only use like one road, and it's a Sunday night. Not much is happening. I think everything happens on the weekends. We could not remember our PIN.
Who uses a PIN? I haven't used an ATM card since last time we were in a foreign country.
But we need the money to take our trip tomorrow, so thank God after the third try we got it. Pizza. Is the entrance to leaving for these day trips to San Blas, and it takes like 2.5 hours to get here, 1.5 on the highway and then 1 hour on this bumpy road that's through the jungle. But they're paving it, so it's actually not that bad. I think it's been way worse in the past, and now we're just kind of waiting for our crew to get here. We booked our trip through the hotel, and it was $125 for the trip, $20 to get in this area, and they give us lunch, and then we'll go back this evening. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope the day stays nice. It's so nice this morning, but it might rain this afternoon. We'll see. We have arrived on the San Blas Islands. Our day tour started here on Dog Island, and the water is so gorgeous. It's crazy. We snorkeled around this sunken ship that had tons of coral on it, and then now we're just taking a walk around the island. It's tiny, so it only takes a minute. Kind of feels like so remote. There's so many little islands dotted out here that are just so tiny and have like one building and a bunch of palm trees. It's so wild. I love it. We are in a natural pool in the middle of the ocean. It's just like up to my knees. All of this light blue is this natural pool. It's such a nice day. Out here, we got so lucky. I was afraid it was gonna be like rainy or overcast, but it's so beautiful. The water is absolutely perfect temperature. And with my sunglasses that I'm wearing today, everything looks neon. They're polarized. So if you bring polarized glasses, it looks amazing. So definitely try to do that. Afternoon storms are definitely around. There's like huge puddles on this island, so it must have gotten hit just before we got here. Just had lunch, which was fish, pantacones, and this like tomato salad. I got a huge fish and Owen got a baby fish. And now we're gonna hang out here until we go back to the mainland. That is the Kuna flag, which is they are the people that live here on the islands, and it looks very similar to another symbol that was not so good in the past, but they actually had it first. So theirs is straight, like an actual square, and at one point they changed it up a little bit, but it looks like it's back to the regular one. Oh, hello. Welcome to my home. Ooh, that was a good one. It's a little short-lived. Good morning. I wanted to give a quick recap on yesterday's trip to San Blas. We're having coffee. We ended up getting back last night at 7. It was a long drive back. The road there is decent, but it's still really windy and up and down, and there's a lot of rough patches.
And they drive it as fast as they possibly can.
We both fell asleep on the rough part because we were getting motion sick. It was like too much. But we were also so tired because we didn't sleep the night before. It was a fun day, but we probably wouldn't have wanted to stay any longer than we did, just because all of the islands are very similar. There's not much going on. So if you really want to get off the grid and not do anything, then it's a good place to go. But if you're looking for a little excitement,
you can snorkel for a little bit, sit on the beach, and then that's about it.
the areas just have kind of cabins for the people that live there, like a few cabins, and then some cabins for the people staying. And then the food is a typical meal like fried fish and some sides. It started storming really hard the second island we went to, so we pretty much just had to stay underneath a building the whole time. And then we left, and we left some people there who were going to stay overnight, and it just didn't look like we were missing anything. But
Yeah.
I'm sure they got a good sunset and sunrise. $25 a night max. What it should be. That would be probably cost, benefit, whatever.
Yeah, it'd be a cool experience for $25, but for both of us to pay $120 for the night.
Yeah, because it's each person pays separate too, because it's an all-inclusive where you get the 3 meals a day that are, you don't really have a choice what you eat, it's just what they have. And then I think you buy your drink separately. Yeah, and every island is kind of the same setup. So there's not nicer places that you can go to or less nice. The only other thing you could do is get not a yacht, but what do they call them? Catamaran or a sailboat that you would be on for a few days, because there's people that have them. You can find a bunch on Airbnb and you can stay with them for however many days that you want. And I think the best price for those was,
Yeah, it's probably $150 a night.
I think $150 per person per day. So 3 days for 2 people would be around $1,000. And for us, we just didn't know if that was going to be worth the time there. And I think in the rainy season especially, it wouldn't have really been worth it, because you'd be hiding the whole afternoon until it got clear again. I'm glad that we saw it for one day, but I think that was a perfect amount of time. So if you're looking into going out there, just know that it is a really long day and it's pretty.
Yeah, it was really pretty.
We just arrived to the rainforest. We had an Uber bring us here, and we are in Gamboa Rainforest Reserve. I actually stayed in this exact place 20 years ago when I came here for my first international trip in my life. and we're just gonna stay here for one night, but it was the perfect spot to come to the rainforest, and also kind of nostalgic for me. I wanted to come back and see kind of the first place that I went internationally, so I think it's so cool to be back, and it's really beautiful. This river is the Chagres River, I believe it's called, and last time I stayed here, I actually did this river trip down it where you can go in an old school boat. They took us like an hour down the river, and we stayed overnight with the Embera tribe, who lives in the rainforest. I actually thought it was like the crazy coolest thing ever. And so funny because they're still doing these trips, not only here, but also the last few places we stayed, they were advertising these trips. And so I'm assuming it's more of a gimmick now, but I spent the last 20 years thinking it was so out of the ordinary and one of a kind. This was a little disappointing, but still a cool experience. We will not be doing that this time. It's pretty cool though, just to see this river. It's very calming, and it connects over to the Panama Canal, which is like right over here. So I think we can walk down to town and see the canal again.
The turtles are yellow belly slider is the name of this type of turtles. They are very friendly. They are just coming to say hello. In nature, these animals eat fishes, river crabs, river shrimps.
Welcome to a sweaty day in the rainforest. We decided to take a morning walk on some trail that Owen found, which now we found a lookout tower. We were going beside a bike path to come up here. That was really nice. And it's just so beautiful up here. We got our bug spray on. There's birds chirping, there's fog. It's just a wonderful morning in the rainforest. Owen took us the adventure way, of course, and we had to walk through a swamp at the end of our hike. Well, we made it. But now we have to shower before breakfast with my shoes and everything before we leave. And now I have to go on the plane with swamp feet.
I feel like I need to do something
Swampy. But we leave Panama today, so we'll only be here for a couple more hours. We're gonna eat, hope that our Uber driver comes that we hired yesterday, and then we'll be in the airport.